Upua e kahalia no ku'aina no Hanalei i kaha
In
no
2007, Pierre Omidyar purchased 122 acres on Ka'ua Kanionu, also known as Hanalei River Ridge. Mr. Omidyar's wholly owned real estate company, Ohana Hanalei LLC, plans to build 34 luxury homes fronting Hanalei Bay, directly above beloved Black Pot Park, as well as an 86-room ocean-front boutique hotel north of the ridge. The developer has consistently referred to this project as a done deal. However, we beg to differ. Concerned members of the Hanalei community say enough already. Leave Black Pot alone.
Kanaka o ku'aina e aloha e. The reason why I'm involved is because this is my place. The whole North Shore is basically our house.
It was our kupuna's home, our ancestors' home, and they did the best they could to preserve it for us. And everyone has a home. These developers have a home. This is our home. It's like them coming into my house and changing my house.
It's not your home that you grew up in and you were born in, and you don't have a connection to this land. And it's really frustrating.
Growing up in this community, we've given so much because there's multi-million-dollar homes that lie in Hanalei Bay.
It's my responsibility for my children that I step up.
I'm gonna be with this place until the day I die, and I'm gonna fight for my kids and for my mopuna.
We need to make a sense, and we need to fight and hold our ground with this, because I don't want, when I'm older, my kid to look at me, and I know they're gonna have to tell their grandchildren, how come you let it all go?
Once that's gone, that's gone. You'll never get it back, and that does break your heart. I mean, that breaks my heart.
This project is nowhere near a done deal. This project will require at least 10 permits down the road before any approvals can be issued. They've not even filed one application.
Right here, where we're standing, this is, my family's farmed here for generations, and I don't know how I would feel to look up there and see that whole ridge developed. Yeah, it's hard to put into words how that would change my life in a practical level, but it would just hurt. Yeah.
There's gonna be an audience. There's gonna be people looking down at us and watching and, snooping almost, and it's gonna make it awkward. It's gonna make it almost like we don't belong, like we're intruding on their yard, when it's not like that. We were there first, but all of a sudden the mentality is going to be flipped like that, and we're going to feel like we don't belong there.
When you practice the sacred, it's always hard and difficult to deal with spectators and people watching from the outside, especially when they ask you questions, or what type of fish are you catching, and what are you gathering, but it breaks our focus.
Being around here so much is, the spiritual side. They're gonna mess with. I come here. It's like, I don't know how to explain that. How do you explain? The deep love you have for a place, or the deep respect you have for a place.
The changes that I think would happen in Hanalei if this proposal moves forward, either all of it or pieces of it, any part of it moves forward, will be felt immediately at Black Pot, at Waioli Beach Park, at our public places and our sacred spaces.
This small, what was a baby town, cannot really hold the capacity of what it's become, of the more and multi-million and billions of dollars that are going to be poured into Hanalei. Hanalei as a small town cannot hold its capacity, I feel.
I would tell Pierre, Mr. Omediar, I feel the Aina calling me for help. I feel the ocean calling me for help. I feel the mountains calling me for help.
I would ask him, how long do you think this development on the ridge, and how far-reaching do you intend for that development to be? You bring your family here and spend some time in our community with our families and see what this community is about and feel what Hanalei is about.
From what I told, he seems like a very smart man. And if that condominium and big house thing is the best idea he can come up with, that's pretty sad to me, you know. But lucky for him, the community's here to help him, you know. We can help him have better ideas if he's willing to listen.
I would encourage him to work with the community to look at a better land management practice for this property.
If I would speak to him personally, I wouldn't ask him, I would tell him to leave that place. He should listen to the people. It's our home. Not Ferretti. You know, it's the one piece of property that separates us from the resort community. It's our buffer.
I would tell him enough Ferretti.
If I could talk to the mayor and the planning commissioners, I would ask them, who are you supposed to be defending? Are you supposed to be defending Pierre and the tourists coming into Hawaii? Or are you supposed to be defending the people of Kauai, you know, the locals, the community members, the families that have been living here for years and generations? I think that's who they're supposed to be helping.
We don't have to give up this really, really special, precious spot for this type of development. I think that would be a start.
Given that our mayor is Hawaiian, I would tell him that, you know, we as Hawaiians have kuleana back to our places of family, and our places that we hold, you know, as valuable. I would tell him that, you know, he as a native has kuleana responsibilities back to these places.
I would like that place, that ridge, that open space to remain available to the cultural practitioners, including myself and my husband, who use it for access, who use it for kilo'i'a.
Change is inevitable to a certain extent, so I think as a community, if we come together, we can come up with some viable solutions that are positive and take us in the direction that we and our keiki and our kupuna are going to be proud of for generations. Just keep it a place that respects the land and the ocean for what it is.
Because it's not just about the view, it's about cultural preservation. Not only, oh, this place, the mansion's going to ruin my view. It's about this place needs to go and help our people, because that's what it used to do, and it needs to go back to that function. It needs to go back to its original function.
I don't know what should happen up there. And I don't think it's, as I said earlier, it's not for me to decide. It's for everybody to decide.
These are lands that should go back to native Hawaiian people so that they can feed their community. That's pretty much what it breaks down to, is for the community, by the community, and just overall sustainability.
I'd like to see it stay the way it is. Maybe get a little greener.
We need Hanalei to be left alone, bottom line. Too much damage has been done to our Aina already. Too much.
I want to leave it in a better state for my children, which I feel helpless, you know. Everywhere I look, I see development on our ancient graves. Places my tutu used to tell me was sacred. Now, you know, there's hotels there and there's houses, and it's just sad.
we fought so many different fights in Hanalei, but right now the ridge, I think at this time here and now, enough is enough.
We need to stay together. We need to stay together and don't let these people run over us. Don't let these people run over us. We gotta stand firm. We gotta be onipa. Onipa.
Ai, pehuka hakalimu o Hanalei. Pehuka hakalimu o Hanalei.
From the ridge to the bay.
I defend
Hanalei. From the ridge to the bay. We defend Hanalei. From the ridge to the bay.
I defend
Hanalei.
From the ridge to the bay.
I will defend Hanalei from the ridge to the bay.
I defend
We defend Hanalei.
From the ridge to the bay.
Ku'e.
I defend Hanalei from the ridge to the bay.
I will defend Hanalei.
From ridge to bay.
I defend Hanalei from the ridge to the bay.
We defend Hanalei. From the ridge to the bay.
I will defend Hanalei straight from the ridge to the bay.
Hanalei. Time to Ku'e.
I will defend Hanalei from the ridge to the bay.
E ino anō ka velo lei makua a me kawahoa ka me iu i o Hanalei.